Okay. So happy Friday. Um, this quotation, I think it's really special. It's by Mark Nepo, Nepo, and he says, it's like wearing gloves every time we touch something and then forgetting we chose to put them on, we complain that nothing feels quite real. Let me repeat that. It's like wearing gloves every time we touch something and then forgetting we chose to put them on, we complain that nothing feels quite real. Our challenge each day is not to get dressed to face the world, but to unglove ourselves so that the doorknob feels cold and the car handle feels wet and the kiss goodbye feels like the lips of another being, soft and unrepeatable. So I think actually I have another, this is just really short. It kind of relates, and it's by St. Francis de Sales. He says, while I am busy with little things, I am not required to do greater things. So these kind of relate in that they're both about being busy or facing the world um, where it just doesn't feel real to us. We get so busy and distracted from our path that we don't express our true purpose. And we all have a purpose. We came here for a reason. So we'll just kind of weave in and out of those concepts as we go through our moves, our yoga moves this morning. So we'll just come into our centering. Elongate in your spine, really lift up as you press your hips down. Root your hip bones, your sitting bones down into the earth, ground. And then reach up like a tree. And just close your eyes for a few breaths. Just let yourself be right now for a few breaths. Coming into quiet, stillness, or near stillness as you sit. Higher self guide just came into my body. So feel your own stillness and inner self. And like your shirt says, let go of that. Come to awareness of your breath. Notice the natural movement of your breath. Notice your thoughts, whether or not it's difficult to manage them. Notice any emotion that's close to the surface, coming up to be recognized and honored. And we've already talked a little bit about sensations you're feeling, but just see if there's anything else that becomes apparent, areas that might need a little letting go, TLC, yoga moves. Bring your palms together in front of your heart, and we'll attune to breath, making our exhales double the length of our inhale, whatever you choose to count. So breathe, arms overhead. Open out to the side, luxurious breathing out. And one more round. And just relax your palms on your knees for a moment. Now check to see if there are any areas where you're holding muscles, contracting anywhere. Sometimes we squint without realizing it. Sometimes we grip in our shoulders, low back. All right, so just open your eyes and we'll start to move. We'll just start with the snake sway, rolling side to side like seaweed in the ocean, like a snake. Think of your spine rolling side to side. Feel your hips and waist as you move to the side. And then we'll start to circle. Just go to one side, circle forward, hold on to your knees, and roll up and give a little arch to your back and circle around. 2 more times. And when you come to center, we'll reverse, circle the other way. And then once you come to center again with your um, bending forward, just bring your palms down onto the mat and reach forward away from your hips. Reach a little further. Try to keep the hips on the ground, but spider walk your fingers. And lift back up. Switch your feet, and we're going to come forward again because this makes a difference on your hips and thighs and knees. So reach up, slide your palms out in front of you. Feel the sensations. Reach a little further. And then walk your hands back in. Lean back and stretch your legs out. Shake out your knees. And some windshield wipers. And circle your feet. Lubricate the ankles. Flex and point. Be sure to sit tall. And point. Flex and point. And just lean back and separate your legs out to the side, not your maximum stretch, because we're going to loosen up in the hips. Once again, rolling side to side, but not necessarily through the spine, more for the hips, going side to side. Okay, so from here, come into center, bring one arm rounded in front of you, the other arm up, and we're just going to go to the side and bring our arms and shoulders into it. This also gives a little more weight to your lean. Okay, the next time you come to your right side, hold, Press your legs into the mat. Have your right arm in front of your leg and reach through the left arm. Bring it next to your ear, fingertips stretching away, and then rotate. Use that front arm, your right arm, for leverage and lift your heart up. Look up under your arm. Now from here, take in a breath and lengthen through your fingertips. Reach away from your legs. And then exhale and relax down towards your right leg. Keep your heart facing forward and extend on your breath once again. Reach and breathe out as you lower down a little closer to your leg. You can even bring your fingertips under that ankle. Rotate up. Now, holding that stretch, take your arm around in a big, big circle. Slow it down. Take your time. Breathe. Keep the heart lifted. Open the arm to the back. And the next time you bring your arm forward, just pause there. See if you can get your shoulder down more and reach for your toes. Both hips are pressing down though. And then reach up, press up with your right hand and come to center. Now just feel the sensations in your body here. Hair out of my face. Sit tall on those sitting bones, those ischial tuberosities. I like to say that. All right. Now bringing your right arm up and left arm in front. You're going to come over that leg. You can come in and out of it a couple times if you wish. And then come down towards that leg. Reach through the fingertips on your right arm. Reach, your arm lengthens out straight. Press down on your left arm and rotate the heart upwards. Look up under your arm. So your arm is right next to your ear. Press down in your right hip. And then breathe. Excuse me. Breathe and extend through your fingertips over your left leg. Reach. And then relax as you breathe out and come down closer. Rotate the heart upwards. Reach again through the fingertips. Breathe. And lower down on the exhale. And again, you can bring your fingertips under that ankle using your left arm. And then reach up and press up back to center. Pause. You want to pause after stretches so that your muscles and ligaments don't just snap back like a rubber band after you've stretched. Okay, so just those little wiggles in the knees. Circle around, bring the energy down into your feet and toes. Reverse. Now bend your knees and flex your feet. Taking a breath. And breathe out, stretch out, and point your toes. Breathe in, bring them in. Breathe out, press them out. Now stay lifted, sitting up on those sitting bones. Breathe in and reach. Now bring your left leg in. Just give it a few little bounces. And then turn towards your right leg. You can flex that foot. Breathe, arms up overhead, facing your right leg. Reach up. And then we're going to just lean forward, but try to keep your shoulders square to the floor. Breathe and relax over your leg. You can hold on to your foot or ankle. But notice how it feels in the side of your back as you stretch with that knee bent. And then reach through your fingertips, press down on your legs. Use your arms to lift your torso up. Reach. Now turn past your leg, that right leg, and bring your arms down and come into a twist. Reach up and just look over your shoulder. Use that leg for leverage. And then breathe your arms back up. Come to center and lower down. Lean back. Switch your legs. Sitting tall. A few bounces for your right leg. Okay. And breathe your arms up overhead. Reach. And turn towards your left leg. Flex your foot. Breathe out and reach. Hinge in the hip. Breathe and reach long. Breathe out and relax down. And you can relax your hands on the floor, your shin, your ankle, your foot, wherever you want. But keep extending through your crown as you inhale. And then breathe out and lower down. Keep pressing down in your right hip. Feel that stretch. Now stretch through your fingertips. Reach out, arms by your ears. Press down in your legs and use your arms to lift you up. Breathe and turn a little further to the left and then lower your arms. Use your left leg for leverage and the floor behind you. Reach up through your crown and look over your shoulder into a twist. Expand your ribs as you breathe. Press down in your sitting bones. Breathe your arms back up by your ears. Now extend the other leg out. Reach up. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Loosen up in your knees and your hips. Reach up again. Breathe. And hinge forward in center. Let your hands come to the floor and keep your spine straight so that you get the stretch in your hips rather than rounding your back. This isn't for your back. This is for your stretch in your legs. Now just come over to one leg, touch, come over to the other leg and touch. Now open your arms out and just come down in center, wherever your body will go. It's not a goal, it's an allowing. And then press down in your legs, lift your crown, bend your knees, lean back and just use your legs. Bend your knees, straighten, bend. Okay, good. So this is a good place to stay. So come up sitting with your feet off the floor, just toes touch. Reach your arms forward, knees together. Breathe, lift in your crown, and take your knees to your left, your arms to your right. Feel your abs. Breathe. Switch sides. Breathe into center. Lift your legs where they're parallel to the floor. Stay lifted. Breathe. Lift your legs all the way up into boat if they'll go there. If you want to make it more challenging, open your arms out or up. Whoa. And then bend your knees, come into sitting, and just a lean forward. All righty. Now just swing your legs around back for a puppy stretch. So we stretch with the breath, and we slow ourselves down to stretch so that we don't injure ourselves. So we maintain concentration and present moment right along with our theme of not being so busy that we miss the coolness of the doorknob or the wetness of the car door handle. So with your hands on the mat, just feel the texture of your mat. Where's your head and your arms? Are they next to your ears? How is your spine?
What does it feel like for your knees to be in puppy stretch? And then lift up, and we'll stretch our back a little bit. So just come forward and hang in traction. Also stretches the psoas. Boy, it feels good after being in those stretches, doesn't it? So engage the hips. And circle around in your shoulders. You're going to go up and down because you have to bend your elbows, but circle up and down. Feel your shoulders. Feel your shoulder blades and reverse direction. It's like your arms and shoulders are little wheels. All right, now bend your elbows and let your pubic triangle press down against the earth, the floor. Lengthen in your spine. Lift. Elbows in. And pull back into puppy. If you need to circle in your wrist, just honor the sensations that you're getting. And then lift up and bring your left leg forward into the high lunge. Up into the high lunge. And press down on your palms on your knee. Breathe. Breathe out and stretch forward. Breathe. And lunge. Breathe and lunge. Okay. Press firmly in both feet. Lengthen forward, stretching those psoas hip muscles. And then breathe arms up overhead. Bring them down over your heart and turn. Bring your elbow outside your leg if you can into your prayer twist. Thumbs over your heart center. And optional, you can turn the toes under on the back foot and lift the back knee. Take your time. Press firmly in both feet. It gives you more room for a twist. And then come back to center. Let the back knee down and switch legs. Feel the texture of the mat. Feel the texture of the mat on your feet, not just your hands. And bring the knee forward. Press up into the high lunge. If you need something under your knee for support to protect your knee, you can roll your mat or grab a towel or blanket, but place your palms overlapped on your front knee. Reach up out of the supporting leg, take in your breath, and lunge forward. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Deep breaths.
and forward, and hold your stretch. Press both feet firmly into the ground and breathe your arms out, up, palms together, and come into your prayer twist to your right. And optional, toes under on the back foot, and lift the knee, deepen your twist. And release. Step your foot back. We'll come into downward facing dog. And let's come into upward facing dog. We'll stay on the toes. Engage your hips. Knees are off the floor. So pull back into down dog. Pull your heels down. Breathe. Breathe out into up dog. Down dog. Up dog. Speed it up. Down dog. Up dog. Swing. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Hold your up. Let your knees down and pull back into child's pose. Circle around in your wrists if you need to, or any other stretch that you need to balance out. Arms at your sides in child's pose. Thumbs by your ankles and palms up. Knees together or open. All right, palms on the mat by your knees, just press up. And reach forward into down dog. Come into inchworm or chaturanga. Into cobra. Pubic triangle on the mat. Toes under, down dog. All right, now from here, three-legged dog. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Hips and shoulders continue to point to the ground. Bend your knee, bring it through into pigeon. This will be our last stretch before Shavasana. especially after your mention earlier. So reach the back leg back, align the front leg as well as you can. Press your right hand on the right hip just to encourage it to come forward, facing front. Lift in your heart, reach up and back. So come forward, scoop your head out, forward and lift, breathe. Go to the back, forward, breathe. As you lift up and back. Now come down with both hands, arms in front, and relax over your leg. And still keeping that hip just working against your edge, pressing the hip down and release as needed. This is going to move some of that lactic acid out that you mentioned before. All right, now press your hands on the mat, toes under on the back foot, back into down dog, three-legged dog, reach it up, hips forward, shoulders forward as well as you can. Bend your knee and bring it forward into pigeon. Reach back with the back leg. Lift in your torso. Palm on your left hip. Keep bringing that hip forward as you lift up. All right. Now let it go. Come down onto your arms. Relax. Breathe. Keep bringing that left hip closer to the floor, working the edge on your right hip. All right, now press palms on the mat. Come over onto your right hip, swing the left leg around. Stretch out your legs, unless you need to put socks on. And then just come down for your Shavasana. Being sure to roll your hips under, shoulder blades under, palms up, shoulders down. Let it all go. Feel your back streaming along your mat. Taking time to be still, unbusy, to focus inward. Explore your inner landscape. Now slowly start to come back. Feel the mat. Notice what parts of your body are touching the mat. And then notice what parts of your body don't touch the mat, like maybe your ankles, maybe the back of your neck. Now feel any little air currents across your skin. Feel your own breath as you exhale, warming your upper lip, and the cool air as it comes in your nostrils. And now just gently, slowly turn your head to one side and stretch. And then bring your nose back to center and flow right on through to the other side. Stretch. And then back to center and start wiggling in your fingers and toes, awakening your body once again. And then slide your feet together and lift your knees up to your chest. And then come over to one side and roll up into sitting. Bring your hands into your favorite mudra. Sealing in your intention, the benefits of our work this morning. And lingering just for a moment on the mat. And then just bring palms together in front of your heart, thumbs touching your sternum. And remembering when we're so busy with the little things, we're not required to do the greater. So what will we choose today? Good choices all day long. Namaste.
So inspiring. Oh, I am really serious. Wow.
I felt like I was going to fall asleep,
I
like
believe
a
it.
nap, you know.
Oh, and I loved how you started and I loved how you ended it. Honest to God, I got to keep this one. You know,